Loughborough Tarn on a cold early May afternoon, and in the distance the Langdale Pikes, like two headless sphinxes standing guard. 15 miles north in Keswick, more fairy tale landscapes await the explorer. I'm leaving my favourite haunts behind today, and I'm heading west to Crummock Water and Buttermere. There are no words to describe how stunning and spectacular this area of the Lake District is. Our plan for today was to explore Crummock Water first, then have a nice coffee break in Buttermere, and then later in the afternoon go for a nice walk up into the hills, up Alfred Wainwright's favourite fell, Haystacks. On this particular morning, High Stile and Red Pike were covered in mist, and so dawdling round Crummock Water seemed like a good idea. We were hoping the weather would clear up later on. Halfway down Crummock Water, I recommend you park the car and nip up the hill and enjoy the views from Hawes Point. Looking north, you will see the dominating hulk of Grassmoor, and then looking south, you'll see the spectacular fells that surround Buttermere itself. From Gatesgarth Farm we picked up the footpath for Haystacks, and there it is, look, in the distance. Immediately the views are spectacular. Just look at the huge black buttresses in front of us, and then there's a stream coming down from the hills. Absolutely fantastic. It's not long before the footpath begins to ascend steeply, and at one point you may even need a bit of a head for heights. As soon as you gain some height, the views just start to get better and better. I have a real passion for waterfalls and streams up in the fells, and this next section of the walk really ticked a lot of boxes for me. That is stunning. Here's a view of Haystacks across the valley, but first we must do a U-turn and double back on ourselves to get to the summit of Fleetwith Pike. The plunging views down into the Honister Pass and across the valley to Dale Head are truly breathtaking. The feeling of height and space up here is incredible. It was quite hazy when we reached the summit, but nevertheless the views were still spectacular. That's Great Gable in the distance. Must get round to doing that one day. We cut across the fell to the old slate mine and then picked up the footpath for Haystacks, passing Blackbeck Tarn along the way. We're now about half a mile from the summit of Haystacks, but just look at this footpath. It's just like something out of Lord of the Rings. We're on our way to Innominate Tarn, the final resting place of Alfred Wainwright. Well, how could we not pay our respects? I recommend you allow at least an hour to explore the summit of Haystacks. There's an awful lot to see and explore. We had about 5 minutes, the light was fading fast. Next time we'll definitely come earlier. Within half an hour we were off the summit, through Scarf's Gap and within a stone's throw of the lake. By now the light was fading fast, but there were still a couple of chances to enjoy great views of Fleetwith Pike and Buttermere itself. One last view of Haystacks and then it's back to Gatesgarth Farm in the car and home for a cup of tea.